Hey, what up, what up? It's your girl, Nikki, and I want to thank you and welcome you to another episode of Walking Forward in Faith, Healing Purpose, and God's Promise. Now, you know, I normally drop episodes on Tuesday, but I have been digging deep into the topic of location and soil and how it all relates to where we are in life. And so I couldn't let this episode wait until next Tuesday. I had to get it out there, but it's called Why Where You Are Matters. Now think about it. Have you ever planted something in the wrong place? I've got about 3 houseplants and I make sure that they get lots of sun and water because if they didn't, they wouldn't grow. And maybe you've tried growing a beautiful flower, but it's in dry, rocky ground. Or maybe you're like me. When I first started off with houseplants, I would literally put them anywhere. And most of the time they barely got any light. And no matter how much care I gave these plants, it never reached its full potential. And that's because soil and location are everything when it comes to growth. And the same is true for us. Where we are physically, emotionally, and spiritually affects our ability to thrive. No matter how much potential we have, if we're planted in the wrong soil, we'll struggle. But when we're in the right place, we flourish. And soil it's more than dirt. It's the foundation for growth. It holds the nutrients that feed the roots, determines how much water is retained, and provides stability. And you have some soil that is rich and full of life, while other soil is dry, compacted, and unable to support proper growth. And Jesus spoke about this in the parable of the sower. If you want to visit Matthew 13, 3-8, very, very good scripture on seeds. But really quickly, a farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seeds, some fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it didn't have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came up, the plants were scorched and they withered because they had no root. Other seed fell among thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still, other seed fell on good soil, where it produced a crop 160 or 30 times what was sown. Now, that parable reminds us that even the best seed won't grow in the wrong environment. You might have all the talent, wisdom, and purpose in the world, but if you're planted in toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, or places that don't align with God's plan, you will not thrive. A plant's ability to grow isn't just about soil. It's also about location. Some plants need direct sunlight, while others thrive in the shade. Some require constant watering, while others need dry conditions. No matter how fertile the soil, if a plant is in the wrong location, it will struggle. And let's think about our own lives. Are we in an environment that feeds our growth, or does it stun it? Are the people around you pushing you forward or holding you back? Are you surrounded by love, encouragement, and faith, or by negativity, doubt, and fear? If you're in a place that drains you instead of nourishing you, it may be time to move. Just like a gardener moves a struggling plant to a better location, God may be calling you to shift your position. In Jeremiah 17:7-8, it says, "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit." You got to know when to move, baby. Some plants can adjust to their surroundings, but others need to be uprooted to reach their full potential. If you feel stuck, unfulfilled, or spiritually drained, you got to ask yourself these questions. Am I growing here, or am I just surviving? Do the people around me support my growth? Is my location aligned with my purpose? And 4, is fear keeping me from moving? Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." Your growth isn't just about how hard you work. It's about where you're planted. Even the strongest seeds can't thrive in the wrong soil. And even the most determined plants will struggle in the wrong location. God created you to flourish. So if you're feeling stuck, it may be time to assess your soil and location. Pray for guidance, trust his direction, and be willing to move if necessary. When you're planted in the right place, your roots will grow deep. Your branches will stretch high and you will bear fruit in abundance. Psalms 92:12-13 says, the righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar of Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our God. So take a moment to reflect on your soil, your location. Are you in the right place? If not, trust that God has greater ground for you. If this message has resonated with you, or you know someone that's struggling in their location and in the soil they are currently planted in, share this message with them. You got this. God has chosen you. Don't forget, you're meant to thrive, not just survive, and walk forward in faith.